Good afternoon everyone, welcome to Jendera. I'm Caravan and today I'm doing a review on the Cell Caravan, which the one we've been in is the Bunkhouse. Says it's a 26-foot caravan, I think it is. But let's go have a look and I'll show you what I think and what I've thought after living in this caravan for 2 months. Bye. So while I'm on the outside, there's a little outdoor kitchen area here that we didn't use. There's a fridge, like a little tiny fridge in there, which we actually turned off, and a little kitchen area, and I think there's a barbecue over there. I'm not sure. As I said, we didn't use that section. The part about the caravan I like the least is these 3 steps, and part of that is because I have hip and knee problems and feet problems. So the 3 steps were a big problem. I love the fact that it's got the fly screen that's separate to the main door, so you can actually have the screen door shut. You just have to close that little thing there. One thing I don't like is the way it's situated is you've got the main bedroom there, so where the queen size bed is for parents, and then you've got 2 bunk beds up that side. My son actually fell out that window. That's a long story. He sleepwalks, so yeah, big challenge. But it's all good, and that's part of the reason we're actually swapping the van over. This van is quite high up off the ground, hence the need for the 3 stairs. But let's have a look around the other side. Oh, I do like the fact that it's got the awning lights go all the way along there. The only problem with that is it does attract mosquitoes, but I'll get to that when I get inside. The awning on this van is currently damaged, so we weren't able to use that, although we probably wouldn't have anyway. So yes, as I said before, this is a Cell Caravan. I do apologise for my hand shaking. With all the problems we've been having in the house, with the roof leaking, and we've now got the roof replaced. I'll leave a link up there to the playlist for the roof saga. We ended up with a lot of mold issues. My asthma's played up badly. I'm having to take a lot of asthma medication, so that is causing me to shake a little bit. But that is a brilliant little idea. So when you're traveling, that actually gets pushed in, and then once you're stationary, it gets pushed back out again. So you've got a little pop out there for the lounge chairs and everything, and the table. So I'll get to that later. The black water and grey water system is just around the other side, and I've got a video for that. I'll leave it up there. But let's go inside. Let's go up these stairs. So you come in, and the first thing you actually notice, it is actually quite cool in here, which is fantastic. And I'm going to change the angle of my camera so you can see things a little bit better. So I have got you on wide angle now, so it might be distorting the image a little bit. So that's the little lounge area that's pushed out. The problem we did have with this is the covers on the cushions are actually disintegrating. So I actually covered it with a picnic rug to make it so that we could still utilise it and not have bits of the cushions come off all over the place. So yeah, that was a bit irritating. But being able to push that table area out there gives you a lot more space in the main living area. So yeah, that part is a really excellent part. And there's some lovely windows there. That one is a bit of a pest to open, because the little pleats just don't pleat well as it goes down. They kind of bulge out. I've been working on it the whole time it's been here, and it's a real challenge. So we actually don't have that open didn't have that open very often at all. The other problem is there's a little rip in the fly screen over there that needs to be repaired. That was like that when we got the caravan. So yes, we've got another little window there, and I'll show you how the windows work shortly. And there's the other window there. I have that closed most of the time because that's where the sun comes in during the day, but it's lovely first thing in the morning. Okay, so let's have a look at the bedroom areas. So this is really nifty. Let's have a look in the bedroom area and see how this actually works in the bedroom, and then I'll turn it around and show you in the other end. So this is the queen size bedroom, and you have your little TV there. And that little guy, it does have a built-in DVD player, which is really great, multi-region, and all that sort of thing. It has got a remote control, so I'll move that down for a minute. See, and you've actually got a little door here that you can close off, so you've got privacy from the kids, which is great. I mean, they've got a curtain over there as well, but having this little door is also really good first thing in the morning to help stop the sun from coming in. And it's got a little clip to clip it back too, because the one thing I don't like with the door is it doesn't have any cover over this side of the blind of the physical door. I'll show you that there. So you can see here that it's got this window here, but there's no cover there to stop the sunlight from coming in first thing in the morning. And it's quite hot here. And this gives me an opportunity to show you something else I do not like about this design. I can't open this window when the door's open. So that's as far as open as I can get it. So it does have two, so you can either just let it flap there like that, or you can have it so that it's clipped in between those, so you've still got a little bit of a gap there, or then you can close it completely. Now, the other thing that is a big problem that I found with this van is, yes, it has fly screens, but the mosquitoes get in through there. So we actually had to have the windows shut when we had the lights on at night. So that made that something I wasn't really excited about. This works really well, although I have noticed that these little blinds get damaged quite easily, and that was a big concern. You do have little cupboards here with a mirror. No hanging space though. So lots of shelves. So the shelves are great. They're quite deep. Wacky thing is in here, it has got lights. That one's, I don't know what I've done with that one at the moment. I must have turned it off somewhere. But they're blue. The lights are blue. I'll go over and turn that one on a little bit. So you do have normal 240 power points there. Plus you have a drawer under there, and you have that on both sides of the bed. There are also those cupboards up there, but I found them completely useless. That's the device to put the antenna up in the right spot. You've got a light here, plus you've got these two speakers. They're connected to the stereo, which is great, and there's the air vent up top, although that's actually not working at the moment in this van. One problem we had with that is it still flaps around if it's really, really windy. So that's a bit of a problem. So let's see if I can swap this TV around. So it's usually quite simple. You just got to be careful to make sure it doesn't get caught on that little bit there. So that just flips around like that. As I said, you got to be careful on those corners when you turn it around. And then you can watch it from the dining room table. And it also has an arm, so it can come out and you can change the direction of it, which is great. But let's continue having a look through. Out here again, you've got cupboards up there, and that's where all the power cords are for the TV and the antenna and all that sort of jazz. Looks like there's a spot for satellite stuff, and there's also a PowerPoint up there too. So here you've got a stereo. The stereo is not Bluetooth capable, but it does run CDs. So to run a CD, you've got to pull that down and you pop your CD in there, and then you got your little eject button there. So, and that plays really well. It plays over the whole Caravan, so that's great. You can open that little gadget up and plug in your USB if you want to connect to your phone there, and there's a remote control for it as well. So that's the sound system, and you can actually adjust the volume in the different areas. So if you want to have it in the bedroom only, that will work, or you can have it so that it's just in the main living area, or you can have it playing mostly outside the bunk beds. But we'll get to the bunk beds shortly. Okay, so this is pretty much similar to the other side. My husband did have a problem with that, and he rammed his knee on it, which was a bit of a problem. There's a drawer under there. Again, power points down there, and cameras. Not cameras. There you go. It is working. It's just not real bright. So yeah, it's a blue light. I don't know what the deal with that is. I have no idea why that's blue. No idea whatsoever. So again, this cupboard is the same as the other one. There's a vent up here because there's gas cooking in the caravan. So yeah, but I'll show you how this window opens and closes. So that's it closing. And again, like the other side, you've got the 2 options for how to close it, and there are the 3 latches. So let's open it up. So to open it up, you just leave it like that, and then you push it slightly, let it click once, then you can push it to the next spot, let it click again, and then click to the next spot, and it's fully open. And then to close it, you just push it up again, and that's all good. So yeah, so that's how the windows work. They're a little bit, it took me a little while to get my head around that one. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but yeah, mostly it does. And we've got that cupboard, the door here, again, same as we did on the other side. So yeah, so that's the bedroom for the parents. See, at the couch, we found that, being that we're bigger people, exactly what you call skinny minis, we couldn't fit in the couch. It worked really great for the kids, but we actually ended up taking these back cushions off for my husband and I so that we could fit on the couch, because we just didn't fit between the couch and the chair. There just wasn't enough room. From that, it was really great. It worked really well. The kids sat on the other side of the couch and my husband and I sat on either end. There are drawers under here, which was great. So I got to let the kids put their activity books under there, so their schoolwork books and all that sort of thing. Now we've got in the kitchen, you've got a very interesting shape kitchen bench, and if you've seen any of my other videos where I baked bread in here or did any of the other cooking things that I did, I used my Thermomix, which was over in that corner where my water bottle is at the moment. So yeah, so that's the kitchen. You've got the cutlery drawers and another drawer down the bottom with some bowls in it. You've got another set of cupboards there, and you've got a drawer there, and that's where the fuse boxes is. And you've got the fridge and the freezer, so that's sitting there. And you've got the stove, which is a gas stove, so that works really well. We were really happy with that, although I didn't use it that often. And you've got power points there, you've got a range hood there, and I've got videos where I show how to use the Kogan microwave grill combo convection oven. I made a few different things in there. I made bread in there, and I made self-saucing pudding, so that was really yummy. I'll leave links up the top for that. You got some more cupboards up there. I found them a bit difficult to reach just because I'm short. So yeah, the kitchen tap, the kitchen sinks I wasn't really happy with. The plugs are rather unusual. You've got to kind of screw them in, and that's basically how you fill the tap up. So the tap's a bit funny too, so you've got to kind of, if you want the hot water on, you've got to turn it off, take it to the side, and then turn it on. So as you can see, that is now filling up with water, and you've got to be really careful when you turn it off to make sure you get it in the center and turn it off, otherwise it'll just happily keep dripping, which is not a good thing. And to unplug the sink, you've just got to turn that. I did not like that at all, because I was worried that I was going to break the plastic, because it's not real strong and sturdy, put it that way. There's a water filter here. We didn't use that. We used our own water filter in the house. So you've got all the switches here for all the lights. They're pretty self-explanatory. You've got the awning light, you've got the cabin light. So that light turns on the lights for above the table, and there, and there. So there are 4 lights that turns on, and you can turn them on and off individually. So I'll turn that on so I can show you. So they all come on when you turn it on, but because we were having so many problems with mosquitoes, I had to turn them off a lot. So there's that little button there that you can just turn them on and off. So that works really, really well. The other thing you'll see up there is the air conditioner. We didn't use it. I did use this a fair bit though. So you got the screen on there. it's a bit of a tricky thing, but you do have a couple of different spots that you can put that in. So that is really great for letting hot air out. Really, really appreciated that. You've had some quite hot days and you can open it fully. I'm not going to at the moment. And you've got either the screen to shut it, or you can shut the blind. So yes, I'm a bit short. And then you've got, oh, the other thing I forgot to show you was under the table, you've got power points here, plus you've also got like a cigarette lighter 12-volt plug, but you've also got some USB plugs there too. So that's really good. Then we got the bathroom and the toilet. So this also has a washing machine in it. We didn't use the washing machine at all. This sink drove me nuts. There just is not enough of an overhang here, and when the kids were washing their hands, it would just fall out the back of the thing, and I had to keep wiping that down. So that was really frustrating. This plug also got stuck a couple of times. Again, really frustrating. This is a bad design. It really needs a longer spout on it, so you can actually get your hands here to wash them, not have them sitting right back here and you end up with water splashing everywhere. The toilet, I'm a big person. It worked okay for night times, but other than that, no, just didn't work. But I've got a full video on that, and I left a link for that earlier in the video. The other problem I noticed at the moment, currently, there is a crack in the bathtub. They're going to be getting that fixed though. And it's a bit of an indicator as to when the grey water needs emptying, because the bathtub fills up with water. So that's an interesting proposition as well. But you can actually kind of see the water down there if you go at the right level. So it's important to keep an eye on that to know when you need to empty your grey water, because you don't want to leave it emptying constantly, because you want to be able to empty the black water and then do the grey water, flush that last little bit out. But as I said, that's in a different video. But yeah, so that's the bathroom. And it's got a fan in here as well, but again, it doesn't work at the moment, but the owners are going to be getting that fixed. And then you've got the bunk beds. Now, the interesting thing with these bunk beds is they've got little pockets up there, but they've also got like USB ports and that down that end. And they have a little light there too. So that the light switch for that one is actually connected. The two for the beds are connected to the one in the bathroom as well. I'm not fond of those windows at all. And my son actually did do that bit of damage. I'm not sure how he did that. I think it was just with rolling over in bed, because he certainly didn't do it deliberately. It's just progressively gotten worse. But yeah, so they've got a curtain here. And generally speaking, there's a ladder here, but we found the ladder incredibly irritating because you couldn't open the bathroom door with the ladder there. So we actually had a little step stool there that my youngest son would get up and hop on there. Now, you might notice too, with the beds, they're a really unusual shape. They're like a single bed size down here, but then at that end, they're a double bed size. So it's a really, really unusual design, and not one that I recommend at all. The other problem we had was we ended up having to shut the window in this side completely because my 4-year-old was knocking things out the window, and we were worried that it was going to damage the blind. There is a drawer down here. It's a bit of an interesting shaped one, so we didn't use it for much, but yeah, that's the drawer. But all in all, the van has been absolutely a real blessing. We've had a few challenges with it. The carpet under the table, I don't know why you'd even bother. That was just a real nightmare to try and vacuum, and as much as I have tried to, there's spots that I've missed, even taking the nozzle off. So that was a bit of a pest to have to get the vacuum cleaner in here just to do that little tiny section. But yeah, that's the Cell Caravan with the Bunkhouse brand or breed or model. I'm not quite sure what you'd call it. It is a very bright van, very light, very airy. It's been wonderful. Well, aside from the little problems that we've had, it has actually been really handy. Oh, the other thing that is a little bit annoying is the height of the queen size bed, it is quite high. I was having to just about jump on the bed to get up there. So I was actually going to get a little stool if we were here for much longer, just because it was getting quite difficult for me to get up and down off the bed. But yeah, and the mattress is a bit thin. But oh, you get that. But other than that, it's been a lovely caravan. It's got a lot of room. We've been able to do a lot of things in it. But honestly, I'm really looking forward to getting back in the house. But at the moment we're staying in another caravan because this one was being booked by somebody else, so they needed to get it back. And it needs to get some repairs done. So there were lots of things that we couldn't use, which worked okay because we had a house that we could go in and we could use the bathroom in there. So it wasn't a huge drama. But the other thing is it needs to have its water tank replaced because that got broken by a previous hirer, and they haven't had a chance to fix it because it keeps getting hired back out again. Even the people that had it before us, they'd had it for 3 months and now we've had it for 2 months. So they've been having a lot of trouble getting it repaired because people keep hiring it out. So yes, because it's a big van, it's a popular one. But yeah, so there's a few little niggly things that were a little bit annoying, but on the whole it worked really well. My biggest problem with the steps, and that was because of my physical condition, and the fact that my knees and my hips and my feet aren't very good at the moment. So yeah, but that's basically it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that review helpful and informative. And I'll catch you in the next video. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel to hear what's going on. And watch the other videos that explain the roof saga and the other videos that we've got on different vans that we've been staying in as well. So yeah, you have a great day. Bless you.